All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another one of our fabulous readings. Tonight, we're reading the original National Lampoon's Vacation, the movie that started it all. We have an amazing cast here tonight. I'm going to be playing Clark, and then as my wife Ellen, we have Anne as Ellen Griswold. We have Logan playing Rusty Griswold. Russ, where are you? We have Nicole playing Audrey Griswold. We have Travis playing Cousin Eddie and Roy Wally. Travis reminds me of a lot of my relatives, so he had to play Cousin Eddie. We have Curtis, of course, doing the scene description and also playing Cousin Dale. There's a lot of cousins in this movie. We have Eric playing Aunt Edna, one of the great film roles of all time. We have Karina playing, just credited as girl in this script, but Christy Brinkley's character in the movie, the famous woman in the Ferrari. And she's going to play a lot of other characters as well. And then, did I get everybody? And then there's me, and yeah, so I think we got everybody. So, Curtis, whenever you're ready, let's do this.
All right, National Lampoon's Vacation, written by John Hughes. Fourth draft, April 30th, 1982. I just want to point that out because April 30th is my birthday. Not 1982. I'm not that old. Fade in. Exterior suburban car dealership, late afternoon. A 1977 sedan with serious trunk and minor front fender damage pulls up in front of a large suburban car dealership. Clark W. Griswold and his 12-year-old son Rusty get out. Clark is mid-30s, handsome, farthy. He's wearing horn-rimmed glasses and a summer weight suit. He's excited and happy to pick up his new car. Rusty is in jeans and a Lacoste shirt.
Pretty exciting, isn't it, Russ?
What?
Picking up the new car. Can't wait, can you?
Yeah, Dad.
A car hiker in greasy overalls strolls up. Clark shakes his hand and tosses him the car keys.
Clark Griswold, trade in. Take her away. Say goodbye to the old gas guzzler.
The hiker jumps into Clark's old car and blasts out of the dealership with the driver and shoots across the street. Clark's salesman, a slick fast talker in a polyester houndstooth sport coat, comes out of the showroom, squeezing a tennis ball.
Hi there, Ed.
The salesman puts the ball in his pocket and shakes Clark's hand.
Good to see you, Mr. Griswold. How you doing? Billy, right?
Rusty.
Yeah, couldn't wait. Look at him.
Rusty, playing with a tiny portable Pac-Man, is uninterested. Clark gives Rusty an affectionate.
Let's get it then. You bring a trade in?
Guy took it away a couple seconds ago.
The salesman smiles.
Come on around back.
They walk around the dealership.
We were afraid the car wasn't going to come in on time. We're leaving in the morning for California, taking the whole family, the big vacation, Wally World.
Sounds exciting, Claude.
Clark.
Interior dealership garage.
There she is.
Where?
Right there. The wagon.
That's not the car you ordered, Dad.
Clark steps over to the car.
Take it easy, Rusty. This isn't the car I ordered, Ed. I distinctly ordered the Antarctic Blue Super Sports Wagon with CB and the optional Rally Fun Pack.
You didn't order it in Florida Orange?
No, Antarctic Blue, the sports wagon. This isn't even the right model.
You know, I think you're right, Claude. This is a new Wagon Queen family truckster, in my opinion. A damn fine automobile. Beats the hell out of a sports wagon, but I want you to be happy. Davenport! I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Hen 10 video flashbacks. A middle-aged black man dressed in greasy overalls appears wiping his hands on a rag.
Yes, Mr. Davenport? Oh, Mr. Ed. Oh, shit.
Mr. Griswold, you ordered a blue sports wagon. Where is it?
I don't know, sir.
Oh, I know what happened. It didn't come in.
Ed, I'm not your ordinary, average, everyday fool. Now, if you can't give me the Antarctic Blue sports wagon right now, I'm taking my business elsewhere.
It's going to take a good 6 weeks, Mr. Griswold. I tell you what, if you're going cross country with the whole tribe, the Wagon Queen family truckster is your automobile. FM, push button radio, all the newest safety features, air cushions, warning buzzers.
Okay, fine. You know what? Give me my old car back. I'm not falling for this bit.
Exterior auto junkyard auto crusher. The jaws close on Clark's old car. Exterior Griswold house, early evening. The orange wagon pulls into drive. Clark shuts off the engine and runs on quivering and chugging. Rusty gets out. Clark restarts the engine, guns it, and turns it off again. It continues to run on. Ellen and Audrey come out of the house to inspect a new car.
Ellen, are you there?
Clark? Is that the right car?
No, it isn't. I changed my mind.
They crushed our old car into a block.
An orange station wagon?
What happened?
Nothing. The car we ordered didn't arrive in time. I got a great deal on this one.
Why is it still running?
Oh, all new cars do that.
An airbag inflates as a sudden forward and final jerk of the car stops the engine. Clark is all but suffocating as he tries to extricate himself and ignition with confusion of shoulder harness release buttons. The deceptive concealed airbag valve releases and a special steering column key release button. All amid constant cacophony of various noises. Interior kitchen later. Ellen is rinsing dishes. Clark is absent-mindedly the dishwasher.
You know, Clark, it's not too late to fly out to California. We only have 2 weeks.
Let's not go through that again, sweetie pie.
Lots of families fly, Clark, especially cross country.
The idea of a family vacation is to spend time together as a family. You get on a plane, everybody puts on their headphones and they're off in their own worlds. In a car, you talk, you sing, you see the country, you meet the people. You share impressions, honey. You learn.
But it's an awfully long ride, honey.
I'm looking forward to an awfully long ride. You see the kids all the time. I see them a few minutes in the morning, a few minutes at night, a few hours on the weekend. I'm going to turn around one of these days and realize that my little babies are all grown up, and then what?
I just thought it might be easier to fly.
Nothing worthwhile is easy, Ellen.
Clark kisses her on the cheek and starts for the family.
Kids, who wants to see the triptych? Russ, you want to turn off the Pac-Man?
Interior family room. Clark changes Rusty's program to Map of USA by punching some buttons on a small console.
Russ, Audrey sit next to Dad. Now, I figured out the whole trip on the old Apple here. I want to make sure we get the maximum amount of fun time at Wally World without missing any of the good stuff along the way.
On screen, an X flashes in Southern California.
I knew you'd be interested in this, Russ. I've got the whole thing broken down into total miles, miles per gallon, miles per hour, cost per mile, cost per hour, cost per day, and hours per day.
A readout shows up on the lower right corner of the screen. Total miles, miles per gallon, miles per hour, cost per mile, cost per hour, cost per day, hours per day.
You with me so far, kids? Now there's Wally World, and
A red dot appears in Chicago as Clark punches a button.
now here's the old truckster. Now let me just punch up day 1. Honey, I'm doing day 1. Come on in here.
A small Pac-Man appears on the screen and pursues the car, progressing down Route 55.
Rusty, do you mind? I'm trying to explain the old trip here.
Rusty punches in from his remote control, attacking spaceships by moving.
I forgot why we're not flying, Dad.
Clark is trying to keep the car out of
Yeah, Jessica's for second Dad flew in first class on Concord, Switzerland for their vacation.
Look, that's the whole point of us driving across our own country. I want you to experience firsthand your roots, your heritage, not fly over it. And you're growing up so darn fast. Where'd you learn about the Concorde? Come on over here.
He tries to lift her up by her waist while he is seated, pulling out his back and pushing Audrey's sweater above her training bra. She doesn't budge. Clark registers pain as Ellen sees this strangeness through the kitchen door. Interior garage later. Luggage is neatly stacked behind the wagon. Clark rubs his hands in anticipation on a well-planned operation. The kids are watching.
Now, properly packing a car is a science.
He tries to open the rear door of the wagon. There is a handle on the side indicating the door swings open, but there's also a handle at the top center indicating that the door drops down to open. He tries the handle on the side, it won't open. He tries the handle on the top center, won't open either. He steps back, thinks, and then tries both at the same time. The door swings open and drops down. It hangs dangerously on a single bottom hinge. Exterior garage later. Clark finishes lashing luggage to the roof rack and climbs down. He proudly checks out his work. The car is completely loaded down, clearing the ground by 6 inches.
If you take the time to plan, you never go wrong.
He gets in the car and backs into the garage. He hasn't anticipated the height of the luggage on the roof. The suitcases are ripped off the rack and tumble down and open on the drive. Exterior driveway, crack of dawn. It's still dark. Clark and the kids are in the car. He's trying to start the car. Whir, whir, whir. Ella walks to the car thinking, running over her mental checklist of things to do before leaving.
Okay, turn off the water, stove, heat, and air. Okay, lock the doors, notify the police, stop the newspapers, call to get the grass cut, put the timer on the living room lights.
She smiles. Everything's in order. Clark gets the engine started. Ellen gets in.
Are you ready for the best vacation ever?
Yeah.
Yeah!
The car pulls out, but Clark fails to notice the garden hose is caught on the bumper. As he drives off the street, the hose is stretched to its limit and finally rips several feet off the pipe out of the wall, causing geyser of water that starts flooding the garage. Exterior highway, late morning. The station wagon rolls along the interstate. It's a beautiful day. All are singing merrily.
Ba 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 Barbaran.
Ba 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 Bran.
Interior car, Clark and Ellen are singing. The kids are staring at them like they're crazy.
Barbara Ann, take my hand, Barbara Ann.
You got me rocking and a rolling,
Rocking and a reeling, Barbara
Ann,
Ann, ba 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 Barbara Ann. Went to a dance, looking for romance. Saw Barbara Ann, so I thought I'd take a chance on Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann, take my hand, Barbara Ann.
Clark turns to the kids as Ellen continues with the ba-bas.
Come on, sing. Ba 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 Barbara.
And
The song ends.
What's that, Audrey?
We don't know your songs, and I just didn't feel like singing. Sorry.
Making them up because they sound kind of made up, Dad.
Okay, we'll sing one of yours. You start.
Daddy.
The kids look at each other. They silently agree on the tune.
Work that sucker to death. Work that sucker to death, to death. Work that sucker to death.
What else did I do?
Now, wait a minute. That isn't.
My computer is frozen. My computer. Oh, shit.
Hang on, I'll pause.
All right. Ready?
Work that
Work
sucker
that sucker
to death.
to death. Work that sucker to death. Work that sucker to death. To death.
Now, wait a minute. That is not a song.
Yes, it is.
Daddy means a sing-along song.
I got one. We all know it. It's the national anthem of Wally World.
Clark clears his throat. He leads the family in a rousing rendition of the Marty Moose theme, the Wally World theme, Park's cartoon figurehead song.
Who's the moosiest moose we know?
Marty
Moose.
Who's the star of our favorite show?
Marty
Moose.
Moose. M is for Mary, where Mary you see.
O is for oh gosh, oh golly, oh gee.
S is for super swell family glee.
E is for everything you want to be.
What's that spell?
Marty Moose.
Marty Moose. Marty Moose. Yep,
Moose,
that's
Marty
me. Now we're talking. How about this one, honey? Doe a deer.
A female deer.
Backseat, Rusty has already pawned headphones from the stolen Walkman. Audrey's plugging her headphones in the same Walkman and grimacing. Rusty turns up the volume. Crossfade, Clark and Ellen singing the rock song the kids are listening to. Exterior car, leaving Chicago in the background. Exterior car, whizzing past cornfields, you hear Clark singing.
Are the luckiest people in the world. Come on, kids.
Exterior car, moving along another section of highway.
Michael, row your boat ashore. Everybody.
Interior car.
Hallelujah.
Ellen appears to be asleep. She opens one eye and interrupts.
Clark, honey, give it a rest. Will you?
Okie dokie, my little darling. You gotta stop for gas anyway. Oh, little darling. Dum dum be dooby dooby darling.
Clark.
Rollin', rollin', rollin'.
Exterior self-service gas station. Clark pulls into the left of the pumps. Ellen and the kids get out and head for the restroom. Clark removes the pump, but immediately notices there's no gas tank on the car. He returns the nozzle, gets into the car, and pulls around to the other side of the pumps. There is general confusion and honking in the horns as Clark cuts off other cars waiting in line. He pulls into the other side of the pump, removes nozzle, and discovers that there's no gas tank on that side either. Looking to the right, he sees a man filling a tank at the back of a station wagon underneath under the license plate. Clark confidently grabs the top of the license plate with his left hand and pulls sharply and dramatically, ripping the plate at its hinges. Those touch the license plate in his left hand and the nozzle in his right hand. Just as Ellen gets to the car, the kids get in. Ellen points to the right front fender. With her finger, she opens a little gas tank.
Isn't this the gas tank, honey?
Get inside, honey. I'm just fixing the plates.
Exterior East St. Louis, the afternoon. As the car approaches St. Louis, the gateway arch is seen in the distance. Interior car, Ellen is perusing the map. The kids are leaning over her front seat, interested in the view.
You see that, kids? That's the St. Louis Arch, the gateway to the west. It's over 600 feet tall and has an elevator that goes all the way to the top. That's 60 stories to you and me.
Hey, Dad. Can we go up it?
Nope.
Exterior car. The car cruises into the Martin Luther King Memorial Bridge.
What river are we crossing, Dad?
Oh, that's the Mississippi, the mighty Mississippi. The old miss, the old man.
Clark begins singing.
Old man river, that old man river.
Clark, I think you're on the wrong bridge.
Well, what's the difference so long as you get across the river?
Well, when we get across the river, we'll be on the wrong highway, honey.
Oh, look, there's the old courthouse. That's a real landmark, kids. That's where they made the Dred Scott decision.
Who's he?
You mean, who was he? Don't they teach American history anymore, kids? Dred Scott was a famous slave who took his master to court to gain his freedom right here in St. Louis. You've heard of the Civil War, haven't you, kids? Well, this is the courthouse where the judge heard his case and made that famous decision back in 18-something-7.
Did he go free, Daddy?
No, he went back to work. You load 16 tons, and what do you get?
Exterior another bridge later. The station wagon crosses the MacArthur Bridge, heading to the opposite direction.
Clark, isn't California back just the way we came?
Of course, we're on the wrong bridge. What's wrong with me?
And what river are we crossing now?
I believe that's still the Mississippi, Russ.
Exterior Slum Street evening. The station wagon cruises slowly down the street in the bowels of the inner city and stops at an intersection. A red Cadillac pulls up alongside the wagon. 6 adult black men are in the car.
I better ask these fellas how to get back on the expressway. Pardon me, I wonder if you could tell me how to get back on the expressway.
Fuck your mama.
Thank you very much.
Just had to get Travis as the black voice. I'm right here, you know. Clark pulls up to the window, rolls up to the window.
Hang on, sorry.
Clark?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Clark, where are you going?
Will you relax?
This is dangerous. We have no business being in an area like this.
Oh, look at it this way. This is a part of America that we never see.
That's good.
No, that's bad. We can't close our eyes to the plight of the cities. Kids, are you noticing all this plight? This will make us appreciate what we have.
Exterior street. The station wagon pulls out of the alley into a street and stops. People are sitting on porches, hanging out the windows. A young black man roller skates past the car. Clark rolls down the window.
Excuse me, bros?
Young man twirls around and gets to the car. He looks into the window.
We're from out of town.
More Hinton flashbacks. A young man looks at the station wagon and the luggage.
Eric, are you there?
No shit, man.
I'd really appreciate it if you could tell me how to get back on the expressway.
What? For free?
Sure.
$5.
I'm not going to give you $5 for directions.
On Ellen's side of the car, a group of gang members are leering at Ellen and Audrey through the window.
Oh, I think that's fair, Clark.
He hands him a $10 bill. Clark gives the man a $10 bill.
Keep the change.
Okay, man. You see? Okay, like you see the way you're pointing? Okay, man. Well, that's good because you see that place? That place, follow your finger, hold it out.
Clark holds out his finger. The man aims out the window down.
See? See, it says rib tips.
Right.
Okay, fuck it. You don't go that far. That's too far. See the place, say currency exchange?
Right.
That's where you turn out of Hennessy.
People start to gather around the car, sliding off car hoods, coming up down on porches. Some guys are spraying graffiti on the rear end of Ellen's side of the station wagon and reads lips and various other expressions. Interior car. Ellen smiles nervously at the face that's staring in the window at her.
Don't make any eye contact, kids.
I wonder if these guys know the Commodores.
Exterior car. Several older black men have joined the young man and are pointing down the street.
Okay, you go left. All right, go all the way down about a half a block, man. All right, you're gonna see a Torino without wheels. All right, now Torino is my cousin Jackie. Y'all tell him you're lost and you're my friend, and also tell you how to get to where you want to be. All right, because you don't want to know from me, man, because this is not my neighborhood. I'm from the west side of Chicago. I'm on vacation.
You've been very helpful.
If people can't help people, man, what the fuck you got?
St. Louis?
What it
Exterior
is, brother?
car. Clark rolls out the window and sighs. He puts the car in gear.
Where do we go?
Wally World, baby.
As they pull away, we see the hubcaps are missing and the spray graffiti on the car. Exterior highway 9. The station wagon rolls down the lonely highway. Interior car. The kids are asleep. Clark's driving. Ellen staring out the window. Clark looks at her out of the corner of his eye.
Hey, Ellen, why don't you scoot over next to me?
Ellen looks at him and smiles. She slides over next to him. Clark puts his arm.
You know, this reminds me of the time in college when we drove down to Fort Lauderdale in my Austin Healey.
I haven't thought about that for years.
Do you remember what we did?
We swam, we drank, and...
No, what we did in the car. Remember the seats that went back?
It's amazing we didn't get in an accident.
Remember how I laid back and you sat on my lap and drove?
I never said anything to you, but I think that's how I got pregnant with Audrey.
You want to relive a fond memory?
Are you serious?
She can tell by the look on his face that he's very serious.
No.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? Because that's why.
The kids are asleep.
We're not 19 and on our way to Fort Lauderdale, Clark. We have 2 kids.
That doesn't mean we can't have a little fun.
Ellen starts to move back across the seat. Clark pulls his arm around her.
Let's wait till we get to the motel.
Okay, we'll wait. And I'm going to pick the best one on the road. Want to put your head in my lap?
Ellen looks suspiciously at him.
That's not what I was thinking, honey.
She smiles at him and kisses him on his chin.
Let's not forget this is a family vacation.
She starts to lower her head.
Wait a second.
Clark hits a little button inside of the steering column to lift the wheel. And Ellen slips under it. Once he's got her head in his lap, he lowers the wheel. He settles back and pats her head.
Clark?
Clark looks down with a warning.
My head's stuck.
Clark hits the little button again. It won't work. He jerks on the wheel.
Clark, quit kidding around. It hurts.
It's stuck.
I can't read from over here. Cut it out.
Pulls on the wheel.
I know what you're trying to do, and I think it's sick.
The wheel's stuck.
He grits his teeth and gives a powerful yank. The wheel lifts up and locks in the extreme uppermost position, like the steering wheel of a seat. Ellen sits up angrily.
Oh, that was a dirty trick.
Clark growls the steering wheel, trying to get it back to a more reasonable height.
The damn wheel's all screwed up.
let's just find a motel. You're getting tired. You get weird when you get tired.
I'll get this wheel fixed in a second.
No, let's just find a motel, please. I don't want you dozing off.
I'm not tired. I could go another 100 miles. No problem.
He growls the wheel. Exterior highway later, the car cruises past a roadside motel. Interior car close on Rusty. He's sound asleep, pan up to Audrey. She's asleep against the door. Pull back to Ellen. She's sleeping. Pan across the park. He looks perfectly normal, but his eyes are closed. Obviously, he has dozed off. Exterior highway. Car drifts down an off-ramp and past the freeway sign reading gas, food, lodging. Exterior small-town business district. The station wagon roars down the street, through a red light, and across the intersection. Interior all-night diner. Patrons at a counter are drinking coffee. In the window behind them, we see the station wagon roar past inches from the glass. Exterior schoolyard. The station wagon crashes through a swing set as it roars across the playground. Exterior residential street house. A man is in his bathrobe waiting for his dog to finish his late duty. An engine drums off camera, and the man cocks his head, wondering where the sound's coming from. Turns and dives out of the way as the station wagon appears between the house and the clothesline. The car drives down the lawn. Interior car, same time. The Griswolds are still asleep. The radio is shutting off the station and is crackling with static. Ellen starts to talk to her.
Honey, it's late. Why don't you turn off the TV and cuddle with me?
Okay, cuckoo.
Close on Clark. He kisses her, reaches for the radio, opens his eyes.
Ah, holy shit!
Ellen and the kids wake up to start as Clark grabs the steering wheel and jumps on the exterior street, same time. The station wagon skids across, does a one-speed turn and shoots backwards to the drive-through entrance to a motel. The astonished Clark looks up as the car flies past the motel off. Interior car, Ellen and the kids scream as the car careens out of control into the motel's central parking lot. Interior motel parking lot, the car spins around narrowly, missing parked cars on all sides, and luggage flies off the roof rack in all directions. Finally, the car skids to a stop, perfectly parked between the white lines in front of one of the motel rooms. Beside both car and two upper parking lots. Interior car, the kids have tumbled into the front seat with Ellen in the air, staring straight ahead in shock.
Up and at 'em. We're here.
Interior motel room. Audrey and Rusty are eating pioneer chicken on separate beds. The television is on in the background. We see Clark through a adjoining bedroom door and out the front door, tying down Trinity luggage and entering his Ellen's room with a couple of night bags.
Can I have your breasts?
Clark has closed the outside door as usual.
Get off! Leave my breast alone!
Hey, easy, Rusty. You're growing up a little fast.
I gave her my damn wings, for Christ's sake.
You kids sack out as soon as you finish eating, okay? You know what tomorrow is.
10 more hours in the car.
No, Dodge City. Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, bold, long live his fame.
He closes the door as he does so. We see in reverse angle the TV screen in the background on, and there's the title, Motelevision presents a special X-rated feature, Donkey Lunch.
I think Dad's a little overexcited.
Overexcited? He's totally manic.
Interior bathroom, Clark and Ellen's room. Ellen's in a small shower. The water is barely running. Ellen's point of view, shower curtain is drawn back suddenly. Clark is imitating the squeaking sound from Psycho. She's pretty dark.
Eek, eek, eek.
Clark!
He's undressed. He gets in.
Do my back.
Clark, the water's starting to get cold already. Why don't you hide under the covers and scare me, you big hunk? I'll be right in.
Want me to do your back?
I already did my back.
Want me to do your front?
Go do your own front. I'll be right in.
Clark exits. Ellen gets out of the shower.
Maybe you should call Catherine and Eddie and let them know we'll be here tomorrow afternoon.
Afternoon? If we're not there by 10 a.m., our schedule's fucked. No way we'll make the Grand Canyon by lunch on Thursday. I planned very carefully.
Interior bedroom. Clark is in his bed. Ellen enters and sits beside.
Clark, honey, I know how much this trip means to you, and I know you want all of us to have a great time, but it's a long way to Wally World, and I think it's much easier on all of us if you just try to relax.
Relax? I'm way ahead of you.
He produces 2 plastic wine glasses and opens a bottle of wine.
Where'd you get that?
When I got the chicken.
He starts pouring the wine.
What a nice thought.
He finishes pouring and hands her a glass. He sets the bottle on the floor next to the bed.
Now wait, don't drink yet. Ready for this?
He drops a quarter into a magic fingers coin slot on the nightstand. The bed begins to vibrate gently.
Here's to a relaxing vacation, a renewed love affair, a time of joy with our babies, a time for... I know I don't tell you this much anymore, Ellen. The years we've spent.
As they're about to close the bed, a loud banging noise hits the wall.
Clark, something's wrong here.
I'll stop in a second.
He embraces trying to maintain food. The phone rings.
Hello? What do you mean, what are we doing in here? It's the bed. Don't be ridiculous. Why would I pound on the wall with a baseball bat? Look, I'm sorry for the noise. It should stop momentarily.
Ellen, giggling, gets out of the bed and stuffs a pillow behind the bed, muffling the sound. Clark gets out, grabbing an extra pillow and bedspread. He turns off the light and they lie down on the carpet.
Oh, we haven't done this in a long time.
They begin cuddling on the floor. The pillow behind the headboard slips to the floor. The noise starts up again. The door opens and the kids look in. The lights behind them show Clark and Ellen on the floor.
What's that noise?
Yeah.
Clark leaps up, throwing the bedspread over Ellen, her underpants in his hand.
Don't you kids knock anymore?
Thought you were fighting or something.
Rusty calmly unplugs the magic fingers box. Noise.
Where's Mom?
I'm under here, kids. Go back to bed.
Weirdo Rama.
The kids exit, closing the door. Clark rejoins Ellen under the bedspread. They begin kissing. Suddenly, there's a violent bang coming from the wall adjoining Rusty and Audrey's room. Exterior, sleazy Main Street, noon. The station wagon cruises down the cheap commercial street. Super on the Dodge City, Kansas. Interior car, the Griswolds are watching out the windows.
Now, this is the very street Wyatt Earp used to keep Law and Order on.
And there's where he used to buy his cars.
The car passes Wyatt Earp Ford City, home of 6-gun deals 7 days a week.
It looked sort of dirty and touristy.
Ellen, the Old West was dirty. It was wild and untamed. This is just a modern version of the way it used to be. Everything isn't like home. If it were, there'd be no reason to leave home. Enjoy the contrast, honey.
Exterior, Long Branch Saloon. The car pulls up in front of the Long Branch Saloon. The family gets out. A listless cowboy in a cheap cowboy suit is standing on the sidewalk. He pulls a 6-gun on the family and fires a few rounds of blanks into the
Reach for the stars, y'all embrace.
family complies.
Far out.
Far-fetched.
I just broke a nail.
I'm giving you the sundown to mosey on over to Bat Masterson's gift ranch and pack up some of the Old West's finest imported treasures.
The family lowers their arms, disappointed at the blatant sales pitch. Interior, Long Branch Saloon. It's empty. The Bonanza team plays on the PA. Cowboys and cowboys smoking and chatting. A young man in a cheap white Earp outfit walks up to the family.
Howdy, City Slickers. Welcome to Long Branch. No fighting, no cussing, no gunslinging. Y'all can mosey up to the bar and have yourself a red-eye fruit punch. Our beer tap's clogged. Sorry. But watch out what you say. Our bartender is one ornery cuss.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Marshall.
Sorry.
No sweat. Give 5, partner.
Rusty slaps his 5. Wyatt wins. The family moves to the bar. Clark tousles Rusty.
Guy's a crummy Wyatt Earp. He's wearing jogging shoes.
Clark chuckles, slaps his hand on the bar. He calls to the bartender, who has his back to the family.
Hey, you knucklehead, set us up with 4 red eyes.
The bartender doesn't move a muscle.
Hey, Yellow Belly, I'm talking to you.
Clark winks at Rusty. He's going along with the game.
Hey, Tenderfoot, move your chicken wings, turkey.
Clark, that isn't nice.
Oh, it's all part of the act, hon. Hey, Underpants, move your...
The bartender rolls around levels a 6-gun at Clark. He fires. Blam! The Spanish blast echoes in the girls scream. Clark falls to the floor, thinking he's been gunned down. Interior, Long Branch gift shop cashier.
I don't think that was very funny, Clark. That kind of noise can really impair the kid's hearing.
Oh, come on. It looked real, didn't it? Hell, I thought it was a real gun at first. Didn't it look real when I fell down, Audrey?
What?
Didn't it look real, sweetie?
What?
Oh, what's the difference? It was fun anyway. Come on, let's pay for these and get out of here.
Okay, that's 1 Wyatt Earp Star Blaster, 6-gun, 1 Wyatt Earp, the giraffe, 1 Wyatt Earp contact lenses case, and 6 AA Duracell batteries.
Here, a car later. Alan looks up from the map.
Catherine says we just stay on the 50.
I'm going to shoot over to 54 and zip down to Liberal.
What for?
The House of Mud.
What's the House of Mud?
Oh, it's only the largest freestanding mud dwelling ever built, that's all. You see, the pioneers didn't have any bricks, so they used mud.
A lot of times they use sod, Dad.
Right, and when they ran out of sod, they used mud.
Dodge City was enough for one day, and besides, Catherine and Eddie are expecting us.
It's living history, Ellen. But if you'd rather see your cousins, that's fine. Personally, I'd rather see a pile of mud than Eddie.
Here, a car later. Clark's driving. Ellen's staring out the window. The mood is somber and quiet. The long haul is beginning to wear on them. Clark is giving a history lecture.
If you look out the windows, kids, you'll see wheat. That's what we make our bread from.
I think that's alfalfa, Clark.
Really? Kids, alfalfa!
Suddenly, Audrey yells.
Knock it off!
Ellen turns angrily in her seat.
What's going on?
Rusty's licking his hand and touching me with it.
Rusty? Clark, tell Rusty to behave himself.
Rusty, behave yourself.
Rusty defends himself.
Audrey's eating peanut butter cups and smiling with it all stuck in her teeth.
Audrey, eat with your mouth closed.
No eating in the car, kids.
Share the peanut butter cups.
I paid for them with my babysitting money.
No eating in the car.
Nerves are raw and tempers hot. The fight grows with everybody yelling. Ellen is hanging over the seat, pointing her finger in the children's faces. Clark turns his attention back and forth from the road to the back seat.
I'm trying to drive.
You suck.
Loser!
Stop it, both of you. Rusty, watch your language.
I'm trying to concentrate on the road.
Snothead weenie.
Shit face.
Ellen swings at Rusty. He blocks her hand.
What did you say? Did you hear him? Do something.
Clark turns in the seat to belt Rusty. Above the road sounds in the family shouting, we hear the whine of a high-performance engine. Clark turns back in his seat and looks at his outside mirror. Exterior highway, a red Ferrari gains on a station wagon. Cole's sexy Europop blends with the hum of the engine. Interior car.
Audrey, give me the cups.
Ma, why?
Because she says so, Audrey.
Clark is watching the Ferrari, oblivious to the mayhem around him. His POV at the wheel of the Ferrari is a young girl in her early 20s. Her blonde hair blows in the wind. Her lips glisten. A tight white t-shirt reveals her contour. She glances over at Clark with a sexy smirk. Her POV. Ellen is hanging over the seat trying to separate Rusty and Audrey. Clark tries to look cool with the steering wheel in the extreme uppermost position. His POV, the girl smiles at Clark and shifts gears. The car lurches ahead. Interior car. Clark hits the gas in a futile effort to keep up with the Ferrari. The engine knocks and pings, sounding as if it's going to explode.
Not another word from any of you.
Ellen turns back in her seat as peaceful settlement finally worked out between the kids. She takes a deep breath and then recoils as she realizes how fast Clark's driving. Exterior highway. The wagon gains on a slow-moving car. The wagon veers around the other car. That's you, Ellen.
Clark!
Interior car. Clark pretends as though nothing's happening. Ellen leans over and looks at the speedometer.
You're going 80 miles an hour.
Clark glances at the instrument panel.
Doesn't seem like it, does it?
Slow down.
Why? We're making good time.
He leans forward slightly, hitting harder on the gas pedal. The car is vibrating dangerously. Clark puts his arm on the back of the seat, ignoring the vibration of the horrible screaming engine. Clark's POV. Through the windshield, Clark reads the California license plate on the back of the Ferrari. Love me.
Love me tender.
Exterior highway. The station wagon lunges ahead, leaving a puff of sooty black smoke hanging in the air. Exterior farmhouse late afternoon. The station wagon pulls into the drive of a shabby split-level house on a treeless tract of a land surrounded by cornfields. Up on blocks by the side of the house is an aging Ford pickup with some mildewed furniture in the back. on Coolidge, Kansas. A couple in their late 30s comes out of the house. The woman waves. She's carrying a baby. A toddler wearing only a t-shirt clings to her skirt. A boy and a girl in their early teens come around the side of a house, followed by an 8-year-old sister. The station wagon stops and the family gets out except for Rusty. They are a mess. Clothes are rumpled and wrinkled. Hair is windblown and dirty. Ellen's hair, as a result of trying to make it look better, stands nearly on the end. Catherine, a plumper version of Ellen, embraces her. Eddie, a wiry, nervous guy with jet black hair, slicked back, and a pencil mustache, juts out a trembling hand. Clark shakes it. Eddie winks and slaps him on the back. He's drinking a cheap beer. 2 others are hanging at the end of a plastic loop six-pack holder.
Oh my goodnesses! We're glad to see you folks. It's been an age. You look great.
Clark, honey, you remember Catherine and the kids? God, how they've grown. Rusty, get out of the car and say hello to your cousins.
Rusty gets out. He's just finishing up a portable game. He leaves it in the backseat, making video game noises.
Golly, Kathy, you've lost weight.
And added a few more mountains to the litter.
Rusty and on. You remember Vicky and Dale? This is Eddie Jr. And this is Junior. And this little moppet on my skirts is Daisy Maple.
Oh, well, how old are you, little one?
Born without a tongue, Clark. Don't worry about her, though. Whistles like a bird and eats like a horse.
Why don't you take your little guests out back and show them your farm?
Catherine and Ellen head toward the house.
Oh, boy. Look at the brand new car. What a beaut.
He admires the car, walking around to the front and studying the lines.
Yeah, you're looking really fit. So this is the old homestead, huh?
Yeah, I don't know for how long, though. Bank's been after me like flies on a rib roast.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
And they never shouldn't have taken that second mortgage. I mean, fuck it. Bet you could use a cool one, huh?
Now you're talking.
Eddie hands Clark the can he's been drinking from. He opens one of the remaining cans for himself. Clark grabs some luggage.
Come on in and see the guest room. I'd help you with those bags, but since they took that kidney, I've been taking it easy.
No problem. I'll get it. You go ahead.
Eddie goes in the house. Backyard, there's a picnic table and a barbecue in the background. Also in the background, Rusty watches Dale terrorizing Eddie Jr. with worms. Vicky and Audrey are sitting on an old seesaw talking as they go up and down.
I'm going steady and I French kiss.
Oh, everybody does.
Yeah, but Daddy says I'm the best at it.
Jesus Christ. Her side of the seesaw, which was elevated, drops to the ground suddenly. Worm farm. Rusty is watching as Dale and Eddie Jr. tie worms in knots. Want a worm?
No thanks. You got Pac-Man?
Nope.
You got Space Invaders?
Nope.
You got asteroids?
No, but my dad can't even sit on the toilet some days.
So what do?
I got a stack of nudie books hiding in an elephant's eye. Rusty's mouth drops open.
Want some video games?
Dingy kitchen. Catherine is loading a tray with paper plates, ketchup, and hamburger buns. Junior is under the kitchen table eating a dog biscuit and paint chips from the wall. Ellen is tearing off paper towels.
I guess we're 11, aren't we?
No, we're 12 without Anna.
Aunt Edna. She's still alive?
Oh, you bet.
My goodness. Well, I can't wait to see Clark's face when he hears that.
Oh, yes. She came to help when Eddie ruptured his spleen, and she's been with us ever since. She wanted to go back to Lake Havasu a year ago, but Eddie wouldn't let her. Frankly, without her Social Security, we'll never be able to live like this.
Gee, Kathy, you really got your hands full, huh?
Oh, it's not so bad. Eddie says once the baby comes, I can quit one of my night jobs. Want to have me hamburger helper?
Ellen has Catherine 2 boxes of hamburger helper and starts absentmindedly folding paper towels as she watches Catherine pour the Constance boxes into a big bowl, add a small amount of hot tap water, and begins kneading the contents in the bowl with her hands. Backyard later, Eddie is turning hamburger buns on a barbecue.
How do you like yours, Clark?
Clark is waiting for Vicky to finish mixing up some Kool-Aid. He's holding an empty styrofoam cup.
Oh, medium rare, medium, a little pink inside.
No. Your bun, light or dark?
Oh, either way is good. Vicky, can I help you with that Kool-Aid, please?
Hang on, Vicky. She's got her hand in the pitcher up to her elbow, fishing for something.
I don't know why they call it hamburger helper. This stuff doesn't just fine. It's just fine by itself.
Hang on, Eddie. Handing Ellen plates of buns for herself and Clark. Catherine dishes out hamburger helper patties on the buttons. Ellen brings Clark his.
I like it better than tuna helper myself. Don't you, Clark?
You're the gourmet around here, Eddie.
Ellen hands Clark the ketchup.
There's no meat in this?
You eat enough meat, honey. Be polite. Have ketchup.
Boy, is this real tomato ketchup, Eddie?
Nothing but the best. Edna, come on down. Helper's getting cold.
Edna? You're right, Edna? Eddie?
Clark covers his plate with ketchup while looking toward back door. Hang on door, Edna appears carrying a walker in front of her that she doesn't really need. She sets it aside after a couple of steps, looks at Clark and Ellen, and heads for the picnic table. Ellen embraces her gently.
Aw, Aunt Edna. All these years, you're looking so well. You remember Clark, don't you?
Hi there, Edna.
You were the one who sent me the fruitcake for Christmas. It made me so sick.
Oh, I'm sorry. We thought you enjoyed fruitcake.
You enjoy throwing up every 5 minutes, Claude.
Clark. What was that,
You
Edna?
did. I thought you did. Well, I mean, am I supposed to starve to death?
I'll go with number 2.
Eddie fixes Edna a plate while Catherine sits her at the picnic table. Audrey and Vicky move up to Ellen.
Ma, we're finished. Can we go up to Vicky's room?
First, say hello to your Aunt Edna.
Hi, Rusty. Come and pay your respects to Aunt Edna. See ya.
Audrey and Vicky go inside.
Hello, Aunt Edna.
Dad, you see I'm eating.
We're going upstairs, Dad.
Okay.
Wash your feet first.
Rusty and Dale exit. There's a silence at the table.
Catherine, did you tell Clark and Ellen the good news?
No, I was just about to.
Ellen smiles pleasantly.
What's the good news?
You're driving me to Phoenix.
Oh, that's no problem. Where does Norm live?
Arizona.
Interior Vicky's bedroom. It is a typical girl's room, perhaps a bit too young for a girl Vicky's age. Audrey and Vicky are in frilly long nightgowns sitting on the beds talking. Audrey setting a small bronze trophy.
You won this raising a pig?
Blue ribbon.
Does anybody know about it?
Everybody knows.
Vicky gets up and goes to the closet and puts up on the shelf for a shoebox.
Vicky, don't get offended, but being a farmer is not too cool, you know.
Oh yeah? How cool is this?
Audrey's eyes bulge as Vicky pulls out a handful of strong, sticky weed. Interior Dale's bedroom, same time. The room is large and for the most part unfurnished. It is depressing with a mismatched dresser and trundle bed. Rusty is in his pajamas, sitting on the bed, hungrily thumbing through Dale's men's magazines. Dale is in his underwear, flexing his muscles in the mirror on the back of the door. We got this guy who comes up in August to pick melons, and he tells me lots of cool stuff. He got me the nudie magazines.
These are great. Would you want to sell some of them?
Dale hops in bed and clicks off the light. Shit, no. I cherish those things. I use them a lot.
How do you use a magazine?
I was getting to that. The guy showed me real neat last year. You ever bop your baloney? Shabby living room. Catherine, Edna, Eddie, Clark, and Ellen are sitting or standing around. Eddie has the last beer in his hand. The plastic holders are still attached to the can.
I'm glad things are going so good for you, Clark. I got laid off when they closed the asbestos factory, and when you know it, now the VA cuts my disability pension because they said the plate in my head wasn't big enough.
He clangs the can against the side of his head, spilling a little beer as he does so.
You never served, did you, Clark?
Oh, I wanted to very badly, Eddie. This friggin' tennis elbow.
Eddie, Clark and Ellen don't want to hear about our troubles.
No, it's interesting.
Just ask him about the money, Eddie. Sure as hell can't take a hit.
Catherine, why didn't you tell me? If Clark and I can help in any way, we'd be insulted if you didn't ask.
I didn't want to ask Clark, but couldn't you spare a little, extra cash, a little loan, just to tide us over?
Sure. How much do you need, Eddie?
Clark takes out his wallet.
How much you got?
Exterior house porch morning. Two families are standing on the porch saying their farewells. Clark holds out his hand to shake with Eddie. Eddie produces a shoebox and proudly hands it to Clark.
This is for you.
Clark is puzzled.
What is it?
A gift.
Oh, you didn't have to buy me a gift, Eddie.
Go on, open it.
Clark takes the lid off the box. He looks up at Eddie with a strange smile. He looks at Ellen. She shrugs, not knowing what to make of it either.
Oh, you shouldn't have. I mean, you really shouldn't have.
Clark pulls a pair of white patent leather loafers with gold chains out of the box.
Try them on.
Oh, I don't want him to get dirty.
Edna adds her 2 cents.
I told you we wouldn't like them, Eddie.
Clark looks daggers at Edna.
Oh, I love him, Eddie.
He slips his shoes off and puts on the loafers.
I knew you did because when you were here last time, you remarked about how much you liked mine.
Well, we better get going.
They all head for the car, Eddie helping Edna along. Rusty and Dale come around the corner of the house. Dale has the ugliest dog in the world on a leash. It looks just like Aunt Edna. Here he is, Uncle Clark, all walked and everything.
What is that, a dog?
It's Aunt Edna's. His name is Dinky. He watches Family Feud.
You folks didn't get to meet Dinky last night. He had the runs, so he slept in the barn.
Oh, I better make space in the back for it.
Clark takes the leash and leads Dinky around behind the car. He ties the leash to the bumper. Catherine and Ellen help Edna into the car. The kids climb in. Clark picks up Dinky and tosses him into the back window.
Adios and thanks.
Clark gets in and starts the engine. Dale leans in Rusty's window. Remember, keep your thumb up on top. Rusty nods. Vicky waves to Audrey with a sneaky smile. Audrey returns the smile and carefully opens her purse, revealing a dozen flat joints. Clark blows the horn and pulls out.
Wally World, here we come.
Interior car's backseat later. Aunt Edna is sitting in the middle. On her left is Rusty. On her right is Audrey. They have their arms drawn in close to their bodies to avoid touching Aunt Edna. She's breathing loudly in and out of her nose.
Aunt Edna, Dinky's licking my head.
Don't let him do that. He'll get hairballs.
Tracy crouches forward out of tongue reach out of the dog. Aunt Edna opens her purse and begins pulling stuff out and placing it in Rusty and Audrey's laps. They are disgusted by it. She finds a pill box and opens it.
Oh, you!
What's the matter with you, child?
Your pills stink.
Don't be ridiculous. Ellen, may I suggest you get this child's teeth fixed? She looks like a horse.
Edna takes out a tablet the size of a grape, sets the pill on the tip of her tongue and grimaces as she swallows it. The kids watch her more as she chortles and gurgles. She strokes her throat to force the pill down. The choking sounds get louder and more terrible. Ellen quickly draws Edna a drink from the cooler.
Clark, she's choking. Auntie, drink this.
Spit the goddamn thing out.
The kids begin to gag from the horrible sounds and Aunt Edna's contortions. Ellen hands the drink over to the seat. Edna takes it and, making wetter and even more horrible sounds, watches it down. She lays back exhausted.
There. Wait till we get to the senior citizen and have to do this 7 times a day. Now, if I don't get any to my blood pressure, go to the moon.
Clark goes over to Ellen. She shrugs. What can we do? Exterior roadside rest stop. A roadside picnic area. Ellen has spread a paper tablecloth on the picnic table. The kids and Edna are seated around it. Ellen's passing out sandwiches from a wicker picnic basket. La Junta, Colorado. Semi-trailer. Clark is eating a sandwich, trying to get a look at the girl. His POV, the red Ferrari is parked between two semis. The girl sitting on the hood of one of the trucks, straddling the familiar Mac Bulldog hood ornament, drinking beer, and talking to the truckers. She throws her head back and laughs, grabbing the Bulldog with both hands. On Clark, he swallows hard as he watches the girl and chews sensuously on his sandwich. Picnic area. Aunt Anna digs into her sandwich. The kids stare at theirs.
Mom? My sandwich is all wet.
Oh, yuck. So is mine.
Ellen opens hers. She touches it. She smells it.
Oh, God. The dog went on the picnic basket.
Clark spits out the sandwich and gags. The kids gag and rear back from the table. Edel accepts a bulging mouthful of a contaminated sandwich, shrugs, and continues eating.
Oh.
Exterior house of Dover's later. The family comes out having just eaten and gets in the car. Interior car.
Clark, may I inquire you as to why you were so rude to the Johnsons? I'm just curious. Did they do something to you?
I was just being honest, Ed, and they made the worst burger I've ever eaten.
You should have had the knockwurst. It was splendid.
She robustly breaks wind without realizing it. Audrey explodes with giggles.
And the crowd was out of this world.
So much for the new car smell.
Anna tears off another one.
Oh, didn't bother your stomach at all, huh?
A final thundering volley.
Not on the slightest.
A roadside campground evening. The station wagon pulls to Camp Comfort. It's a dumpy 3-acre site dotted with rented pup tents, above ground septic tanks decorated as deer and moose, a swimming pool, and a cinder block on Walsenburg, Colorado. The kids jump excitedly out of the car.
We have a pool.
Oh, aren't the woods beautiful?
Jacob needs a long walk and a bath, Clark.
Rusty, take care of Dinky.
Dad, he bit me last night when I tried to walk him.
Get him back.
Russ takes Dinky from Aunt Anna and runs around the office to the pool. Audrey follows. In the interior office, same time, Clark and Ellen are at the registration desk. A middle-aged clerk pulls himself up out of a chair behind the counter.
I need 3 tents for the night.
Alrighty, that's $37.
$37 for 3 tents.
They're nice tents, and that price includes scenery and wildlife fun.
Oh, come on, Clark. This looks like a nice place. It's got a pool and everything.
All right.
The clerk smiles and slides a room contract across to Clark. Exterior swimming pool. Audrey and Rusty are standing disconsolately at the edge of a small pool filled with mucky green water. There is a mallard duck sitting in the middle and cattails growing in the shallow end. Dinky looks over edge and leaps in, splashing them. Exterior campground later. The family trudges up the hill to their tents. Aunt Anna is grumbling about the accommodations.
Too cheap to pay for a motel room, Clark.
They reach the tents and Clark sets down his golf clubs and the luggage. Anna looks into the first tent.
Clark, this tent smells.
Clark holds the tent flap open.
This is your tent, Edna.
Interior tent. Audrey and Rusty step into the tent. There are 2 cots and a lantern. Audrey turns up her nose.
10.
It's even cruddier than you.
You know, Audrey, it'd be real easy to beat the crap out of you.
You wouldn't dare.
Try me.
Audrey snorts and opens her suitcase.
You're so immature.
Oh, yeah? How about if I tell Dad what I saw in your purse?
Go ahead. I'll just tell Mom what I saw you and Dale doing.
You mention that to anyone and I'm going to have to kill you.
Audrey pushes past Rusty and runs out of the tent.
I'm telling Mom you're bugging me.
Rusty quickly pops open the suitcase, reaching underneath the clothes, and pulls out one of Dale's men's magazines. Exterior campground late night. A few lanterns burn in tents. It's late. Most people are asleep. Interior Clark and Ellen's tent. Clark and Ellen are in one sleeping bag attempting to make love.
Sparky, this isn't very romantic.
Huh?
They roll around, zippered into the bag.
There isn't enough room for 2 of us in this bag.
Honey, right now we're 1 person. 1 heart beating for 2.
Dinky appears. Seeing them rolling around, he begins barking and chewing on Clark's foot through the bag.
Oh, no, bat dog, get out of here.
He kicks at Dinky, finally throwing Ellen about because their feet barely fit in the end of the bag.
Sorry, I'm distracted by the alien. Clark, stop it. Your toenails are cutting me.
Dinky's doing it. I'm gonna kill him. Get out of here, you smelly mutt.
Dinky runs off barking. Interior Kid's tent. Rusty and Audrey are asleep in sleeping bags on the 10th floor. We hear the bleat of a moose. Audrey stirs and sits bolt upright. In silhouette across the front of the tent, we see the head of a moose.
Rusty, it's a moose. Look.
Clark and Ellen's tent. Clark and Ellen are now passionate. We hear another moose call. Ellen looks up from Clark's embrace.
A wild animal.
I can't help it. I'm going for it.
No, Clark. There's a...
To gas, Clark looks over his shoulder. Clark's POV, we see the outline of the moose at the door of the tent. Clark, he quickly unzips the bag and he gets out of his underwear. He opens the tent flap. The moose's head is directly behind the flap.
Shh. Maybe he'll go away, Clark.
Clark carefully slips the driver out of his golf bag and stands ready with it. The moose bleats again and sticks his head in the tent. Clark lets loose with a baseball swing and smacks the moose across the head. The moose yelps and grabs his head with his front hooves.
You asshole!
Clark rears back in surprise. The moose shakes his head and then hooves grab the horns and off comes the head. We see Clark from the office. He's dazed and seeing stars. He rubs his jaw.
Jesus Christ! What'd you hit me for?
What are you doing with a moose head peeking in my tent at midnight?
This is the wildlife fund, you jerk! I've been doing it for 22 years. 22 years and you're the first son of a bitch that ever clubbed me. I ought to sue you.
You want to talk litigation? Let's talk invasion of privacy.
The clerk storms away. The clerk puts his golf club back.
You don't think he'd sue us, do you?
Well, what's he gonna do? Haul me off to moose court?
Clark, come back to bed.
Clark crawls in the back head first as she giggles. Exterior camp comfort sunrise. Clark is in the last of the luggage in the car, careful and refreshed. Ellen hands him her vanity case. She puts her arms around his waist.
Despite all the little problems, it really is fun, isn't it?
Ellen thinks for a moment.
No, but with every new day, there's a fresh hope.
Let's get a move on. We're burning daylight.
The kids are refreshed and perky. They run to the car. Rusty runs Dinky on his leash, and the dog continues to growl and snap at Rusty's ankle.
Did you walk him?
Look, a big one. Right on Audrey's sleeping bag.
Aunt Anna shuffles to the car, putting on a great display of discomfort. Clark takes the dog leash from Rusty.
Rusty, give Edna a hand. I'll take the leash.
Rusty tries to steady Edna.
Don't trip me. My bones are like china cups.
And on Clark, he ties the leash to the rear bumper and starts loading the luggage. And on Edna and Rusty, he helps her into the car.
Ow! You're tearing my flesh!
Audrey, you're next.
No way, Jose.
Audrey.
Ellen approaches.
What's the problem?
I had to sit next to Aunt Edna last time. She smells like mothballs. It's Audrey's turn.
For your information, Rusty slept in his underpants last night.
Audrey, you asked for it.
Clark hears a ruckus and intercedes.
Easy, kids. Cut it out. Everybody in. Boat leaves in 2 minutes.
He shoves them in, Audrey first.
Or perhaps you don't want to see the second largest ball of twine on the face of the earth, which is less than 4 short hours away.
He closes the door, winks at Ellen, kisses her on the forehead, helps her in. Closes the door and skips jauntily around to the driver's side. He gets in and starts the car. Interior
Let's
car.
ride. Sorry. Let's ride.